All right, there's a comic kind of event going on this weekend, and the welcome decks for Spider-Man are available for people, I believe, at that event. So we're seeing some of the spoilers for the welcome deck specifically for Marvel's upcoming Spider-Man set. Now, most of the cards that have been revealed are really not that great, especially because they're designed to be played in starter decks to kind of introduce people to the game. However, there are a few cards that have been previewed that are part of the main set, but like commons or uncommons. And one of the ones that really caught my attention is actually Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary. Now, the artwork on this is probably my favorite by far of any that we've seen to this point. For 4 and 1 green, this legendary creature, Spider-Human Hero, has web slinging for 2 and a green. You may cast a spell for 2 if you also return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. When Spider-Man enters, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So, casting this for 5 is not going to be worth it in most cases because you're just getting a land. It's solid ramp, but it's not anything crazy. However, the web slinging ability strikes me as pretty interesting because there are some really cool combos you can do with it. Now, if you're playing this in a multiple color deck where you have multiple things that trigger when they enter the battlefield, you can each turn use it, do something, and then bounce it back to the hand, and then play this again next turn, continuing to get land ramp and recycling your ability to keep playing whatever that creature is to get its ETB triggers. But there are some cards just in green alone that work really well with a card like this, including Kogla the Titan Ape, which one of my favorite cards from green. I love this card. It is 3 and 3 green. When it enters battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. When it attacks, you destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. And then for 1 and a green, you can return a human you control to the hand to give Kogla indestructible until end of turn. So if you're not seeing the combo line here, what you can do is play Kogla. You can have it fight something. You can also then swing with it and be able to destroy an artifact or enchantment. And then you can actually use its ability to bounce Spider-Man back to the hand to give it indestructible. And then on your next turn, you can play Spider-Man from hand once this is attacked, rinse and repeat, where you're able to bounce it back to the hand, get constant resources, giving it indestructible, and getting a bunch of land ramp in the process. It does take a little bit of setup to get there, but I do think it's a pretty solid strategy overall. And that even takes into consideration cards like 3-Tree Scribe, which isn't quite as good, but it says whenever it or another creature leaves the battlefield without dying, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So you can continue to bounce this or something else each turn to bring Spider-Man out for its web slinging cost, get land ramp, and stack counters on stuff. I'm sure there are a lot of cards that'll work really well with this card. I just think the mechanic is really neat, and I like the design. Let me know what you guys think of this card in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.